Stop playing devil's advocate over your own promises from God. Most of the time we realize that we are in a battle against evil, but what we don't realize sometimes it's a legal battle. To play devil's advocate is to argue against a case just to determine its validity, even if you aren't against the case yourself. Now, the way this would look in your own life, and it has in mine, is whenever you start having thoughts, which I do think come from the enemy, of doubt about what God has told you. He's told you things that are going to happen, and after a while you start to look at all the reasons why it might not happen. You start developing in your mind ways and reasons that this thing couldn't happen or why it's unlikely. And in your own mind, you will play devil's advocate to the very promises that God has given you. That could be a dangerous game to play, though, because our words and our thoughts have power. In Revelation 12:11, it says that they overcome the enemy by the blood of the Lamb and the words of their testimony. Your testimony can be multiple things. It can be testifying to the fact that Jesus died for your sins and you are a blood-bought child of God. The testimony can be all the times that you have seen God work in your life individually and personally, and recounting those things over out loud, even if you need to, or write them down on paper or tell them to someone else, of all the ways that God has answered prayers before for you and given you things that He's promised, reminding yourself of that. Testimony too can be looking at accounts throughout the Bible of God's character, of times that the Lord has shown His love, His power, His mercy, and His deliverance. So instead of taking the bait when the enemy tries to get you to doubt and question how these things could happen that God has promised you, and all the ways that it's unlikely, or all the things that could get in the way of it happening, or any negative at all that you're thinking or feeling, or even a spirit of heaviness that you can't explain regarding the things that God has promised you, don't play devil's advocate. Be your own attorney by overcoming with the word of your testimony. Remember and recount in your mind and out loud all the wonderful things that God has done for you before, all the ways that He's come through for you, all the ways that He has not let you down, and all the ways you've seen that happen in other people's lives and in the Bible as well. Testify to the character of God, to the love of God, to His ability and desire to come through for you and to do every good thing that you're waiting on. Wrestle not against flesh and blood. Remember who your enemy is, and remember that he is not advocating for you. He's advocating for things against you and against the will of God. You have power over your own thoughts and your own words. Use them to be your own attorney, to fight and defend the case of God and your own case. Death and life are in the power of the tongue.